league is in uptown Charlotte, North Carolina at Bank of America Stadium. Today, we reach Week 15, and we've got a good matchup in store between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Carolina Panthers. Two teams more than ready to get this one started. And off we go from uptown Charlotte. Fielded right around the 8. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Turn to Harris to begin the drive. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now. Working out of the gun, it's Pickett. Looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Troy Pride. And he will bring this one back. It's a pick-6 for a Panther touchdown. Zane Gonzalez on for the extra point. And this will be good to give the Panthers a 7-0 lead. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick-6. And now the kick is away. Taken from about the 12. And he returns this to the 22. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick-6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes...
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by J.C. Horn. And the Panthers are going to take possession of the football. So Charles already down 7-0 early. They opt to take a shot there on the first play of scrimmage, but that plan backfires.
That feels a little bit like last week's loss lingering into this game, doesn't it? You know, you're down 7 already. You lost last week. It's almost like they were trying to get it all back in one shot, trying to take a big chunk play right out of the gate.
Meanwhile, Brady's throw complete there to Moore. Touchdown, Panthers. DJ Moore hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Panthers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT, and it's now 14-0. The Carolina kick team is out there ready to go, and they kick this one away. Pulls it in at the 13. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to third down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
Throwing on third down. Here's Pickett. And here's another interception, the third of this first quarter. And he will bring this one back. It's a pick six for a Panther touchdown. Charles, it is pretty rare that we see a team build this kind of lead in the opening quarter. And, man, they seem to be clicking on all three phases right there. The defense doing its part with a pick six.
And it's absolutely been the definition of a start that you would pick for yourself and for your team, right? And I have a feeling that they just want to stay in this zone. What's truly incredible about this start is they can add on a couple more scores. This one could legitimately be over in the second quarter.
And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse if this is an important possession, but I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit, and if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now here's another carry for Harris. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
So the 1st down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Off the play fake, here's Pickett. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
Give them 22 there on the 3rd down conversion. So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 right at the 40. They run the play fake. Here's Pickett. The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. Jeremy Chin, so dangerous wherever he's at on the field, and that time he gets in there for the sack. Throwing on 2nd and long. Pickett. He gets it complete to Harris. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45. Well, this defense for the Panthers, they were terrific a week ago in the win over Seattle.
And while you can't actually see confidence rising in a unit, you feel like you can. And when you look at this team, you definitely think that it is because anytime you can tell your offense, just get us a couple of touchdowns, we got this thing locked down, that's when you know you're playing well.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And the Panthers are going to have the football here at their own 18-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And the offense coming back out here. Plenty of energy, ready to roll, looking to just add to what they have been. There he goes, right side. The 30. 10. Touchdown, Carolina. Tom Brady with 2 first-quarter touchdown passes as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. Gonzalez good on the extra point, and it is 28-0. So this not what we expected. 28-0 here in the first as another kickoff is away. Pulls it in at the 13. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. Pickett leads his Steelers up here with a fresh set of downs at their own 22. Harris will start the drive out. And not much doing there. Maybe a yard up to the 23. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports. Pass complete. George Pickens with it. And this will not get close to the first down marker as he's brought down at the 26. On fourth down, here's Presley Harvin on to punt. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. Only 29 yards on the punt there. Definitely not his best. And it will be the Panthers' ball, 1st and 10. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by Carl Joseph. And the Steelers are going to take over at their own 41. So the interception there. And, Charles, I'd imagine that's something you can maybe live with in December, but not come January.
And I love how you make the distinction there. You're talking about regular season versus the postseason, the playoffs. Because these guys, they've already clinched the playoff spot, but they know, looking ahead, when they get into the postseason, they've got to take better care of the football because turnovers in that situation, they really become magnified.
On second down, this is Harris. And he'll get about 3 here up to the 44-yard line.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there.
And now here is another interception. Jeremy Chin picks it off. And the Panthers are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line. Well, there's 2 sides to this coin. I mean, on one side, 5 interceptions now thrown for him. That's tough. But, man, this defense, they have been ball hawking and impressive. But, Charles, let's flip it back over. If you're coaching a quarterback that's struggling into a sea of defenders and intercepted, picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick. And the Steelers are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line. So really the first speed bump that this offense has encountered. They had the rule of the roost here in this first half, but now slowed up just a bit by the interception.
And there's a chance that that's a wake-up call for them because you don't want to go on autopilot too early. That team on defense is capable of making some plays similar to the one they made right there.
And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. I hate to say it, Charles, but the way that he has played in this first half, you just kind of hold your breath every time he drops back to pass.
Yeah, you might be holding your breath, but those guys on the defensive side of the ball, they've got big smiles on their faces. He's handing out picks like the people just leave the candy out at Halloween and you take what you want. They're having a blast out there playing against him today.
That one good for 26 and a first down. Pickett to throw on first down. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
And my goodness, another interception. And the Panthers are going to take over at their own 13-yard line.
Well, it's not the first time we've seen him give one up here during his rookie season. And in this case, zone coverage forced the mistake. He's made some strides week to week in how he's handling the different type of coverages that he's seeing. But clearly, there's some growing still to do.
And Brady going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick. And the Steelers are going to take possession of the football. So that potentially an important takeaway here in this second quarter.
Because what it does is give their offense a chance to put a drive together. They've got nothing on the scoreboard so far, so you have to think that they need something before the break. And now they have an opportunity.
And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. Derek Brown Coming right up the gut. Gets in there for a loss of 9. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll check in with Jonathan Coachman from Orlando. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half of play.
Hey, check, Mike 21.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Pickett. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
Hey, check, Mike 21. Mike 21. Check, Mike 21. And we got another.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And now here's another interception. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
A feather in the cap for the defender, picking off one of the league's better quarterbacks so far this season, and add another feather in the cap for the coaches, too. Excellent game plan, and they had their guys aware of his ability to roll out and how to defend against it.
Trying to shake off the interception, he'll look to throw. And able to get it across the 20 before they get to it. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive, 1st down. Brady going to throw. And that's complete downfield to Hightower. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. It's another 1st down as this time they get an even 20.
Let's just call it what it is. This has been a flat-out struggle for this defense all game long. They've really had a hard time slowing them down. And while I'm not big on speeches and guys jumping up and down, they might need their team leader on defense to get in their face right now and light a fire under these guys. They've got to start playing better assignment football and start getting guys on the ground.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Brady. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. And not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. On play action, now Brady. Forced out to his left. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down. So on 4th down, here's Johnny Hecker to punt it away. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And with the score where it is, even though I think they'd love to get back to the locker room, they may be forced to try and get something out of this drive. And boy, another ill-advised throw there as that will wind up incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Pickett sets up play action. He's going to go up top again. And my goodness, another interception. It's C.J. Henderson picking it off.
And that's what we've seen from this defense all year long, because they've been so good at finding ways to take the football away. And they just gave us another example right here. A strong defense, that's something you're going to need to rely on come playoff time. And this crew has got one. There's no doubt about that, Brandon.
That is caught by Anderson. And he's going to get this down inside the 5 before he's out of bounds. A big play that time through the air. 42 yards. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. On the jet sweep, here comes Moore. And he'll keep working toward that end zone as he's down to about the 2-yard line. So it's halftime here in Charlotte with the Panthers out on top. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. The Panthers out in front, and they will get the football first. Second half action underway. John Hightower now from his end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Well, it's hard to imagine the first half going any better for them, CD, and now here as they begin their first series of the second half. I mean, they score here. This one, it's pretty much out of reach.
We honestly might already be at that point, partner, because this team, they were dominant in the first half, continue to be dominant now, and I think they're viewing this as a put-away drive on their way to a lopsided victory.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's second and a yard. Here's Brady. And he's got his big tight end here. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. On play action, it's Brady. A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
Yes, sir. How about an attaboy there on 1st down? Got his hand in and knocked it away.
Brady's incompletion on 1st down leads to a 2nd and 10. McCaffrey running up the middle. And he stopped immediately there. Officially nothing on that one. No gain, so they're left with still 10 to go on 3rd down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains. On 3rd down, Cottrell, and he's going to come up a few yards short. Brought down at the 45. That'll be good for 6, but now it's 4th down. Here's Johnny Hecker now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And a nice job here to down this one right on the 5-yard line.
That punt was near perfection as it checked up inside the 5-yard line. You never know where these things are going to go, do you?
No, what was it? You got a John Heisman quote about that,
yeah,
right?
He said the football is roughly a prolate spheroid, which means it's going to bounce funny, and you never know where it's going to end up.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history, and that's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25.
And now here is another interception. Picked off by J.C. Horn. And the Panthers are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line. Well, stating the obvious, this is going to be one that the rookie quarterback is going to want to forget pretty quickly.
And what quarterback has not gone through this in their rookie year?
Yeah, they all have. I guess it's cliche, but these are the ones you hope to grow from, right?
It's just part of life on the road in the NFL. He has to learn from it and grow.
Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Throwing now is Brady. He'll get this out wide here to McCaffrey. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and that'll make it 2nd down. Now Brady. Flush to his right. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. Tom Brady flashing the mobility, scrambling there for a 1st down. To throw is Brady. And it'll be caught in the end zone for the Carolina touchdown by DJ Moore. A great effort there. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Panthers have taken a 5-touchdown lead. And his kick is good, and flags fly as well. Some frustration showing through right now. This is going to be a roughing call. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. Taking it about the 1. And he's going to be brought down inside the 5 at the 3.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
And he'll find a little space. He gets us up near the 10. 7 yards on the carry. Make it 3rd and 4 coming up. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Off play action. Pickett. Rolling to his left. And this will be incomplete. Boy, can you believe this? That one probably should have been picked too. Instead, it's 4th down.
His impatience has to be bubbling over, trying to find a way to get his team to the end zone for the first time. He did find a way to break contain and get outside to buy his receivers a little extra time, but the connection couldn't be made on that throw.
They run for it with Harris. And they'll get him down up past the 15, just shy of the 20. So a moment to catch our collective breath after the 4th down conversion. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. First down, and they go back to Harris. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. They'll run again with Harris. And this is going to be a Steelers first down as he gets this up past the 30 to the 32.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. 57 yards rushing for him now to this point. From the 39, Pickett. Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. Brian Burns has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. And you hate to say it with a rookie quarterback. He's done some good things, but overall, looked a little bit overwhelmed back there, hasn't he?
He certainly has. But in his defense, he hasn't had a lot of time to throw the football. You like the way I said that? In his defense.
In his defense. I got it.
You see what I did there?
Yeah, he needs better protection, that's for sure. And my goodness, another interception. And the Panthers are going to take possession of the football. Well, they've got the huge lead. Now they have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road and help seal away one of their best efforts of the season.
That puts them in excellent position, 1st and goal after a gain of 19. McCaffrey is into the end zone for a Panthers touchdown. Oh, when coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all 3 phases. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes in the NFL you end up with matchups like we've been watching here. And when you go back to the early drives, you can just see that one squad was on a different level in this game. Safe to say, we haven't been disappointed in watching their execution throughout this contest.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And they will be backed up deep. Trouble here as they're going to start this drive at the 6.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
They'll start the drive with Harris, and he is going to lose yardage here. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Pickett now from near his own goal line. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
This offense so far on 3rd down, just 1 conversion and 8 tries. Not good. This is 3rd and 11. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him.
Talk about two sides of the ball across purposes, because mercifully this game's almost over for the offense, but the defense, they still want to get a few shots in. That front 7, they've loved this ball game. They've been able to pad their stats, and maybe some backups can get in and get a sack as well.
Pickett, 4th down, desperation time. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And, boy, that means this next drive is going to start at the 3-yard line. They'll try to run with McCaffrey, and they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Gonzalez now to add the extra point. PAT would extend their lead, but there is a flag on the play. Well, trailing here in the 4th quarter, and that personal foul, that only adds to the hole that they're currently standing in.
Yeah, absolutely a bad job of just losing your cool and letting your anger take over. Mistakes like that, not going to help you at this stage of the game.
This taken in at the goal line, and he's only going to get this to the 4-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Harris starts the drive on the ground. 69 yards rushing for him now on 17 carries.
I guess it's good we can't really read the mind of the defensive coordinator now, huh?
Had him pinned back there deep, give up that run. Can't be happy.
Yeah, whatever is in his mind right now, we probably couldn't say over the air.
Jeremy Chin there defensively. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. They run again with Harris. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
On 3rd down, here's Harris. And he'll take this for a short gain on what will prove to be the final play of this ball game.